Now then, and welcome to Out to Grass with me, Colin, to a little bit of a different adventure today, because I'm on my way now walking up towards a trig point. I'm here in lovely North Yorkshire, kind of a bit inland from Whitby, be the best way to describe it, but in the moorlands, kind of near the villages of Danby and Fryup, if you know North Yorkshire. If you don't, well, you can see for yourself what it's like. I'm aiming to walk up to this trig point. I'll tell you a bit more about why I'm going to this trig point a little bit later, but the key point to remember is, as you can see, I haven't got my rucksack on. I'm going to be doing a wild camp, but I don't think I'm going to do it at the top of here. I'll explain why when I get a bit more underway and a bit further up the track, because it is quite steep, even without a rucksack. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. Wherever I camp tonight, obviously you're invited along. I've got some beers in my pack, a little bit of JD. I've run out, but yeah, I've got some beers. But my key target today, other than visiting this trig point and finding somewhere to camp tonight, is showing you that I can cook. I've been an absolute disaster at cooking on the campsite, haven't I? Like, this will be my 10th video, and not once can I show you the video where I took some stuff to cook and it turned out good. Like, it's either been not hot, or I've been too drunk to cook it, or it's been an absolute disaster because I forgot to bring stuff. Today's the day. Today I'm going to cook my food properly, definitely. But yeah, that's the plan. Up to this trig point, I'll tell you a little bit about the trig point, either on the way up or maybe when I get there. And then we've got to find somewhere to wild camp a little bit later. Catch you when we get a bit further up the road. Well, I've just stopped for a breather here, much needed. So I probably should tell you about what this trig point is before we actually get there. My nana, I mean, to me she was nana. You might have grandma, grandmother, soba, like whatever you. For me it was nana. My nana I loved to bits. I spent a lot of time with her when I was younger. I remember endless nights staying over with her and granddad. But mostly me and nana, we'd be like playing endless different card games, dominoes, Chinese checkers, fox and geese. Anyway, loved Nana to bits. And then when she died, her ashes scattered on this trig point up here. I don't think it's the only place her ashes are scattered, but I know for a fact it's up here. I've never been, which is a shame really, because yeah, I've had plenty of chances to come, but I haven't come till now. But today I'm going to get there, so I'm really looking forward to being there. When I get up there, obviously, I'll get you some footage and show you around and show you the trig stone. And then I think I'll just turn the camera off and give myself a few moments. And then the reason I don't think I'm going to wild camp up there is, I mean, I might change my mind when I get there, but it didn't feel appropriate. Like, it's not just going to be a special place for me. It's going to be a special place for everyone in my family. I've got loads of cousins and they've got loads of kids. And my nana was a larger-than-life character, so I'm not sure how appropriate it'd be if it's like it turns from special place to remember Nana to, oh yeah, and Colin came here and tripped over his tent and couldn't cook his tea properly. So I don't know. My hope is that when I get there, you know, sometimes you get like a feel for things, and I feel like I'll either get there and think, no, actually this will be fine, or like, nah, it's not right. I don't know. Me like drinking beers, messing up my cooking. I'm not gonna mess up my cooking. I've had enough of that, right? I'm gonna cook it right today. This is gonna be the one where I cook my tea right. So yeah, I'm gonna get up there. If I don't get this overwhelming feeling of like, oh, actually this is fine, I'll camp up there. I'm just gonna make my way back down to the car. I haven't got anywhere else around here scoped out, but that's okay. I've got an A66 Wild Camp, which was my intention anyway, to do that on the way back. It's kind of on the way home, and I've got everything I need in my rucksack. As I say, I've got 3 beers and a little bit of JD that he had left. So hopefully that's another thing that's going to help me not mess the cooking up. But yeah, that's the plan. Unless when I get up there I think, do you know what, I'm going to stop up here. But if I do, it means I'm going to go back to the car and bring my rucksack up. And I have been quite out of breath because it's quite steep in places. Kind of steep going for a fellow with lung disease, but hey, I'm not on oxygen yet, so let's keep up the good fight. Hopefully some sort of a brow up here, I'm hoping. I can see it. And here it is. Probably to the average person walking past doesn't mean a lot. Just a trig stone here. In fact, I don't think it is a trig stone. They only have the metal plates on the top. Well, maybe it was at one time. Anyway, let's have a little look. So that's the path I came up. Over the brow of that hill, down that steep hill, is where the car is. I believe my nana lived in this direction, but I'd have to get the map out and I forgot to bring it, so that's not happening. Yeah, and then obviously this path does carry on. I don't think I'm going to stay overnight here, and I think a lot of that is there's not very struggling for any flat ground. I'll have a stroll about and then I'll see how the mood takes me. I'm still a bit, I'm not sure if it's right, but yeah, I'll get you a little bit more footage, and then what I'm going to do is just turn the camera off for a little while and have a bit of time to myself. So I've had quite a while up here now, and it was nice putting the camera down, and I don't mind admitting I cuddled a stone. Remembered my nana, what an amazing woman she was. And yet it just totally doesn't feel right at all for me to set my tent up here. There is some flatter ground over there, but this is her spot, not mine. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go down the hill. I'll set myself away to where this A66 Wild Camp is, because I haven't really got anything else lined up. But if I see anything obvious on the way, maybe I'll stop. I did see a place sort of halfway up the hill here, but again, I kind of feel like, no, this isn't my place, it's hers. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. I hope it was okay for you too. I get myself to this wild camp, and honestly, I'm going to cook my dinner properly. I'm going to make me tea. My nana would have called it a tea. Yeah. Well, I am now officially having a bit of a nightmare. Sorted myself out, even turned the sat-nav holder thing round in the car so that you could see me pulling into this lay-by, because it's right on the A66. I wanted you to see that. Got it all set up. I even stopped at Scotch Corner, got myself a little cold drink, and I was like, I'm ready. I've dodged the rain so far. I know it's forecast to rain. I drove through some rain coming out of Teesside, but I haven't had any yet. Well, now I'm about a mile and a bit away from where I want to be, because where I want to be I do want to be from where I want to be, because the lay-by's shut. It's got ready to pull in. I even got myself a nice space in the traffic, and it's like, oh, there was just like cones the whole way along it. Must be something to do with the roadworks. So yeah, I couldn't pull in. Thorpe Farm's just opposite, which is like a farm shop cafe thing, but I know it shuts about 5 and locks the gates, and I don't know what happens to cars that are left in the car park. Hold on, there's a van coming, just a minute. Yeah, so Thorpe Farm's just opposite farm shop, and I could have gone in their car park, but I don't know what happens to cars that get left there overnight. I know they lock it, or I've been told they lock it, and I don't want to be like, I don't know, whatever bother might happen to someone whose car's there when it's not meant to be overnight. I mean, you know, service stations usually only have 2 hours, so maybe these cafes are the same, these farm shop cafes. So now there's another car coming, hang on. It's a van, not a car. So yeah, so now that's the village of East Leighton back there. As I say, it's about a mile and a bit from where I want to be. So never mind, it's old school wild camping now. I'm having to walk to get there, which is always, I always think if your car's there, I mean, I nearly did have this as the plan, but yeah, I'm just gonna walk down to the lay-by now. I suppose in the end could be a good thing, because I don't have to worry about people sticking the nose in. That lay-by should be pretty much undisturbed once I get in there. Yeah, it's a bonus really, isn't it? I've got to get in there though, and hope that everything's in this bag spot on. I did put, full disclosure, I did put a couple of extra bits in the back of the boot because I wanted to do this cordon bleu amazing wild camp cooking, so hopefully I can manage with what I've got. Anyway, we'll find out when I get there. Like I say, it's about a mile and a bit, and I'm going to have a sketchy bit along the side of the A66, but at least now I don't think anyone is going to think, I bet he's going in that lay-by. They'll just think I don't know, some walker, hiker, homeless guy, I don't know. But yeah, I'll get you a bit nearer to the lay-by and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so the lay-by I want to get to, I just get to this T-junction here and turn left, but I can't help but notice I could nip through here and cut a bit of the corner off, and I know that it looks a bit I'm going to go down there and look anyway, because if a farmer sees me walking in a field I shouldn't be, and it could be game over anyway, but I'll show you why I'm thinking of doing this. So this is the lay-by I'm going in. I am going in, but as you can see I can keep off the road for now along this little slip road, but then along here I don't know, I feel like the barrier, I'm not sure if I can get the left of this barrier. I'd rather do that. So if this farmer sees me, he'll probably go berserk, and then that'll be that. So I'm going to keep, see what I mean about getting to the left of that barrier. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm not going to hang about. Here we go. It's down here. Can I get down here? Push my way through. Maybe. Yeah. And actually, I tell you what, I'm tempted to go in this field now. I've just looked left, you can't see it, but the farmer's house looks down onto that field just. So I'm going to carry on along here best I can. That's why I was going to cut across the field, but I think it's a bad idea. I think I'll just get along here best I can, get to this lay-by. This is better. Yes. I am out of breath, sorry about that, but I don't want to stop. I want to find a way left into this copse and then hopefully find a suitable spot to camp. Can I get through there? I know for a fact there's a way through up here. The only thing I'm thinking is, I bet people stop here for a temporary loo, so I'm going to have to watch where I put my feet for the first sort of few yards as we go in. Woo. Yeah, this is the lay-by I want it to be in. But as I say, this could end up good, because hopefully I won't get disturbed. I was worried there'd be like overnight wagon drivers parked up, but they can't. So Let's get in here. Right, this'll do, yeah. You can see there's a path warning, so my guess is, watch where I put my feet, because people might use this as a toilet. I'm just going to keep my eyes on the floor for now. Woo! You see my face? I'm red and sweaty. Well, not so far. I mean, I don't think this is undisturbed land that no one ever comes in, but yeah, if I can find a flat bit, it's going to be okay. I'm not going to get disturbed. I'm in the shade, but then the sun will go in soon. Oh yeah, if I can just, yeah, the floor's a bit messy, but I'm sure I can clean myself a spot. I think this is going to work. I'll keep my pack on for now. Actually, I'm going to pause and get my breath back. Right, I am still a bit out of breath and red, but I mean, you can't say I'm not by the A66. In fact, go on, let's have a look how close we are now. I'll take my pack off. Let's take my pack off, then we'll go and have a look. Oh, right, that is definitely better. Oh, right. Yeah, so from there and into here. In fact, I reckon if I got far enough back, it might be quieter. Tell you what I'll do, I'll leave my pack here while I look for somewhere. Right, you know, I had to stop and catch my breath there. A little mini coughing fit. Normally nowadays, with the lung disease, it's all about balance. I can walk a long way, but I have to be careful how fast I walk, especially if it's uphill. But as I've found, by doing the channel, I can do more than I thought I could. Like, ironically, doing this channel, I've ended up, I'll keep looking for a place. I've ended up doing things I never thought I would. So the idea was to document the fact I had lung disease, but to keep it happy, to still have daft adventures and fun, but not to hide from the fact and mention it. But it's actually had the bonus I totally didn't expect, which is, if you watch the video where I walked up the steep steps in Cudderston, in my mind that was a massive challenge, and it wasn't easy. I had to stop a lot. You don't always see when I have a little mini coughing fit or whatever, I have to stop for a few minutes to catch my breath, but I did it, and then that gave me the confidence when on the Japan trip, when I went up the Inari Shrine steps, which I couldn't believe I got up there. When Pippa was planning the trip, she said to me, I don't know how far up you can get, we'll just go as far as you can. And yeah, same with the Magamere walk, 6 hilly miles. So ironic, and in that walk today up to where Nana's ashes are, really steep. So yeah, it's pushed me forward, which is brilliant. Which is another reason to keep doing it. I'm a bit concerned, it's likely to rain tonight. I've never been out in cold weather and rain. That always makes me a bit more chesty, but I'm just so pleased it drives me out, and yet again I'm pleased I come out tonight. It's kind of a shame I couldn't camp where Nana's ashes are, but it just felt totally wrong to camp there. Do you know what? I think I've got run of the place, because as long as I'm not daft enough to be somewhere where you can see me from the road or this field, I don't think anyone's coming in here tonight. So I think I can go anywhere. There's a bit of a clearing down here, I might just literally put it here. I mean, this is some sort of a path, I think, but I don't think many people use it. I think I'm laughing. In fact, I can see the straw field there, so I don't want to go too far that way. I'll keep looking. Tell you what, why don't I just find where I'm definitely going to camp and then tell you. Right, this is where I think I'm going to set up. I mean, I know this is a bit of a, if you were to say there was a path, it's this. But I just think with the lay-by being shut, I think I'm pretty safe. I'm over the sort of rise, so from the lay-by you might not see me once I dip below when I get to tent level. I think this is it. In that direction, the cars would be able to see if I got too far that way. In that direction, the ground's awful, like blocked up with trees and on a slope, plus you're getting nearer to where the farmer's field is. And if I go too far this way, there's that field, which I don't know how late they're going to be working, and again, it's nearer and nearer to that farm. Your voice carries, so I think if I keep somewhere central, which this is, I just think, yeah, well, anywhere here, maybe there, or maybe there. That's where I'm going to put it up, and then get a well-deserved beer. Right, I've pretty much set up now, just a couple of bits and pieces, which I'll show you when I show you on my setup. Where I'm sitting is just a bit more light. You won't be able to see it, but I'll show you later. I am visible from the road, but I'm thinking, who's looking at a copse? I'll just look like maybe it's a dark tree or whatever, unless I put my light on, but when it gets a bit darker, I might move a bit more into the shadows. I don't think it's that dodgy, really. The only way I ever saw this copse in the first place was the traffic often slows down and sometimes even stops, because the A66 is the main east-west road across the north of England. It's a really, really busy road. Sections of it here are dual carriageway with 2 lanes of traffic going in the same direction, 2 lanes of traffic going the other way, and then it goes down to single lane, and that causes, it does that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. It ends up rippling back, and the whole road ends up sometimes just going really, really slow, but quite often it stops, and that's how I even saw this copse. My car pulled up next to that lay-by, and I thought, look at that copse there, and it's great. So yeah, from thinking it'd be quite sketchy, because I wouldn't know who was going to be coming down here, you know, wanting to use it as a temporary toilet or whatever, but I don't think anyone is. I think I've fallen super lucky. Apart from the long walk, it's going to be uphill going back tomorrow, and it is just over a mile, but never mind, I think we're going to be fine. Like, the traffic was just slowing down there. I know you can't see it, so I'll tell you what, I'll show you my setup, because I am dying to crack a beer open. So as ever, my Trekology chair, I really like it so far anyway. My Hikeman cushion cum pillar. I like it for my back as a cushion, and then later that's my pillar. I've got a bottle of water, so I hopefully don't get caught out like I keep getting doing when I'm hungover. Food wise, look at this. I've told you, I'm determined to show you I can cook. I'm making mac and cheese, and I've even got some secret ingredients to add in that green bag. So that's what I'm making tonight. I know it's a bold venture. I bought some posh camping pans, but they wouldn't be big enough, so I've bought the old pan out today, the big pan. Got my beers, obviously the bowl to eat out of, and me wooden cup. I know I've got cans, but I feel like the wooden cup's like a character now. That's going to be my stove. The little bag in there is my new smaller stove, so I hope that works. My little portable table, and then my nana always made amazing homemade apple pies, and when I visited her, apple pie was always on the menu. You know, you like when you're a kid, you're like, any apple pie, any apple pie. So I'm sure she had to always make it. So yeah, I've got apple turnovers in her honour. A little bottle of JD, it's basically all I had left, so that's all I've got tonight. 3 cans, which I'll spice up with some JD. The tent set up, same as ever. My Leviathan 9000 super warm sleeping bag. My Hill Peak inflatable mattress with a foil mat underneath. I've got a hoodie and a hat in there in case it gets cold. And that was just my glasses and power bank and cable there. I'm gonna close this because there's quite a lot of spiders and critters and whatnot around here, so I'm just gonna keep that closed for now. I'm gonna crack a beer in a second. Over there, I mean, it's fine for now. All my stuff in my rucksack and bag for my rubbish. Get use a wooden cup. Wooden cup's one of the main characters. Oh yeah, look at the head on that, eh? Give that a minute to settle, love. That'll be $5.95. Cheers. yeah, I just wanted, the update is, I don't think I'm going to really suffer from not having brought the spare bag that was in the boot, except if the cooker doesn't work, except if I run out of gas. I was going to say except if I need that midge gadget, but I've managed my whole life till now without it. So yeah, it's lovely. I'm going to do some brilliant cooking later. I'm going to have apple turnovers in memory of my fabulous nana. And yeah, I'm going to have another beer. Cheers. Oh yeah, hey, little snack lifter. Oh, oh yeah. I think I put a bit much in there. JD and fake Stella. Woo. I might have to top that up with a bit more lager to thin it out. Hey, I'll be alright though because I can't get to a pub. Right, so before I have too many fake Stella and JDs, I just want to give you a little bit of an update of how I've been doing, because obviously I haven't had a video for a little while, and I did think about just not saying anything, but then I'm going to say something. Yeah, I haven't been doing great is the answer. I keep talking about stomach related side effects to my medication. It's diarrhea is what it is. I've been really struggling with that for a while, and then my breathing wasn't great, so mentally it wasn't a good place to be in. I know I always say this channel is not going to be a negative place, but I'm only updating you. I'm having a brilliant night tonight. I'm also in a better place now, just a spoiler alert. But yeah, yeah, the diarrhea wasn't great, and so my consultant had said try taking one of the anti-diarrhea tablets every day, because I normally only take them when I suffer with it. So I tried that for a while, didn't really work. Then I went on to 2 tablets a day, and then, yeah, I don't want to get into too much details, but that wasn't. I mean, I'm on 2 a day now, and it is working. I think it's slowly getting better. But yeah, it wasn't great, and that might not sound a lot, but yeah, mentally it was tough. I've had a tough time of it lately. I've struggled even on that the Wild Camp on Cutherson Moor, on that sort of former water tank, I think that's what it is. I hadn't been having a great time up to that point, but to be fair, I had a brilliant time on that camp. Really enjoyed it. And ironically, these videos that are meant to be little updates for you quite often perk me up. Like today, I'm having a fabulous time. Probably had too much JD in this lager, but there you go. So yeah, I hadn't been doing great. I hadn't been feeling great. And it was funny because when I saw at my last checkup, when I spoke to the consultant, and I said to her, oh, my mental health hasn't been great. She's like, have you been diagnosed with a mental health problem? And I was a bit surprised by that. I just thought, surely if you've been told you've got a chronic illness like I have, interstitial lung disease. Have you seen the t-shirt? I hope you like it. Interstitial lung disease warrior. I'm doing my best anyway. I would imagine like mental health stuff would kick in, you know? I mean, you're basically telling me my quality of life's immediately going to drop. There's going to be a load of things I used to be able to do and now I'm not going to be able to do them. I'm going to die early, and in the run up to that point I'll have a shitter time, sorry about the language, but so I'm like, oh yeah, my mental health hasn't been great. She's like, oh, have you been diagnosed with a mental health illness? I thought, well no, but so I'm like, well no I haven't, but I kind of think it's going to have a knock on my mental health, the fact that you've told me I'm dying early with a poorer quality of life. But yeah, I mean, she's great, my consultant, don't get me wrong, but I was really surprised that it isn't something that immediately kicks into place to say like, how's your mental health doing? I've had some very dark thoughts, I don't mind admitting. So So yeah, I haven't been great, but over the last 3 or 4 days, I don't 100% fit. Touch wood, like my wooden Japanese cup. Things have been better. They're definitely not ideal yet, but I'm going right towards the road now. In fact, I'm not far off the road now. I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, things have been better. Hopefully the stomach problems are easing. I can't say for sure yet, but yeah. So I've been feeling a lot better. That's why I haven't done a video for a while. But I'm so pleased I'm out tonight to have one. Oh, it's that lovely light now. You know, when it's not day, it's not night. It's kind of that halfway light. I wish I could just walk out with the open air and show you, but yeah, I can't really. But yeah, short version is, haven't been doing great. Having a bad lung function test result didn't do me any favours, but yeah, I'm doing better at the moment. My breathing's better, I think. I'll tell you what, I'll try and peep through the hedge, show you the road and the light, and then I'll give you a bit more info. But don't worry, this isn't going to be a morbid video, which I hope none of mine ever are. Let's have a look over there now. Probably shouldn't be out here, but I wanted to check if there was still a bin, because there was always a bin up here. And I want to bring the rubbish tomorrow and put it in it if it is. I'm not really seeing one, like. Oh, that's disappointing if there isn't. Right, so it looks like a bin's out of use. That's disappointing. But it doesn't matter. I'll carry the rubbish back up to my car tomorrow. I really shouldn't have come out here, should I? That's what bloody JD and Lager does for you. So I'll get myself back out of cover. I think I got so complacent because everything's been so easy. I feel like no need for stealth in something that I thought was going to have to be mega stealthy. Let's get back in here. Oh, this isn't the way I came in. Oh no. Oh, this might be Poo Alley. Look out for paper. Please don't. Oh, don't step in any poop. Here we are. This is where I came in. Yeah, I'm okay. I probably shouldn't have done that. Hopefully nobody rings the coppers and says there's some nutter with a cup of JD and Lager wandering about. Let's lay low for a bit. Oh yeah. It's 28 now. I couldn't say it's cold, but I've just got to the point where I'm thinking, precaution wise, I'll stick my hoodie on, which I have, and my warm hat, and then because obviously I stood up to do all that, and I started for the first time since I put the smidge on earlier, getting a tiny bit bothered by flies and midges. So I've reapplied smidge. So what I would say to you, as far as I'm concerned, so far so good. Hang on, let me show you it. Smidge. It was 20 quid for 2 of these. I've applied it twice tonight and I have not been bothered at all by flies and midges. And like I say, a couple of minutes ago was the first time, and yeah, they've gone again now. So far so good. This is working. I know, you know, if I was up in Scotland there's a lot more midges, but for the level of midges I'm normally used to, especially because I'm in some woods, I thought I'd be pestered to death by flies and that. It's working so far. I'm not sponsored by them. I haven't had money off them. They haven't sent me this free. I bought it off Amazon. Yeah, and it was 20 quid for 2 spray cans of it. And wow, so far it is really impressing me. Like I say, I bought that thermocell. I'm kind of glad I forgot it really, because if I'd switched it on, I'd been like, that's what's doing it. But so far, this is the boy. He is absolutely smashing it in terms of keeping the midges away. So far anyway. Yeah. I'm only on my second can. I'm not too far off finishing it. I want to finish my third before I cook the mac and cheese, but I know it's getting dark, so I don't know whether to just cook it now. There's no way I'm messing this up, mind. Also because my backup dinner's right back in the car. I'm going to do it. I've got that great big bottle of water, which I've never touched. for cooking the pasta in. I'm going to do it. I've brought, yeah, so spoiler alert, in the green bag there's a tiny little bottle of milk and a chunk of butter, which I need to make this mac and cheese. It's going to be amazing. I am going to cook for you, and you're going to be impressed at how good I am. You heard it here first. Smidge for the win. I keep hearing some sort of like a baler or something, so I wonder if the farmer's still working away here when it's quite late. But farmers do work hard and long shifts. So I'm just having a little look down here, but I mean, I think I'm fairly safe. Okay, so I'm not going to get any nearer because of all the nettles. As you can see, a sea of nettles, but 100% they're still working on that field. But yeah, I think they're baling it because the forecast for rain, they're wanting to get it in. So I think I'm fine though. Now I'm more concerned about getting in before it rains than some bloke in the woods. I mean, look, I'm in there somewhere. They're not going to be looking for me. Fingers crossed you never seen me. But like I say, it's 10:08. He's still out there baling. He's hoping to beat the rain, and so am I. So I'm going to get myself back now. I think it's about time I open my final can of lager. But what I might do is, before I even finish it, start cooking my mac and cheese, because I've made such an idiot of myself lately in the cooking department. This is my 10th video. How can it be that 10 videos in, I still haven't just literally cooked a meal? I can cook. I'm not Yossi Hughes. I can cook. Sod the chippy. Yeah. So that's. I'm going to say that's what I'm going to do. I'll make it inroads into my last can, and then I think I'm going to put a pan of water on to start my pasta, and then let's finally cook a proper Wild Camp meal and show you that I can, because I can, and I will, hopefully. That's right, I'm a proper chef. This is getting cooked. I'm having mac and cheese. Yes. Oh, it's steaming. Raw! It's raw! Raw! I'm doing a good job tonight, mind. This is the night I redeem myself with some, I mean, Morrison's calls them lardons. I'm going to say they're more like bacon offcuts, but I'm putting them in because I feel like I need to redeem myself and make myself look like I am actually, which I am, a good cook. That's right, I'm an amazing chef and it's going to work tonight. You better believe it will. Oof, mac and cheese. I've also finished my lagers, so it's boiling. Next step, add the milk and butter. So my food's ready and it's amazing, but yeah, I literally bailing that field across there even though it was 9 o'clock at night, so I daren't put my light on. So I hope you can see a bit of me, but yeah, lads on some mac and cheese achieved. I can actually cook, I've proved it. Oh yeah. Hey, once he stops bailing I'll put the light on, but I said, what hard farmers work? He's still working. I'm full of lager and JD and eating mac and cheese. I'm sorry if you can't see me, but I daren't put my light on. I put it on a bit when it seems like he's gone to bed. So it's pitch black, I know that, but I'm just going to have a little look down to where this field was because that guy was bailing till like nearly 9:30 at night. In fact, I should keep my voice down really, but I daren't put my little light on until I know for sure he's gone home. I mean, it's a weekday night. You would hope he's gone home now. I haven't heard it for a while. I haven't heard a little bailer. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, he's probably gone home. So I can put the light on, thank goodness. Right, well, I don't know for sure you can be able to see me, but in honour of my nana, who used to make the most amazing apple pies, I've got an apple turnover. I should have baked it myself obviously, but I didn't. Yeah, apple turnover for my fantastic nana. She was great, but that's, you know, for me it's a massive thing, but obviously for you it doesn't mean a lot. But yeah, that's what I'm having now. I've had the mac and cheese, I can't eat it anymore really, but I do want to have this. Fair play to the farmer, like working till 9 o'clock at night, whatever. Cheers. Oh, nice. Service station apple turnovers. What kind of cook am I? A good one. So I was having a laugh, enjoying our night, and then obviously filmed the cars at the other end. But when then looked back down here, in that field where the farmers and that had been, I saw a light. Like maybe it was just a light they had on, but it looked a bit weird, a bit sus that would have a light. I got totally paranoid. So I walked down to that field, couldn't see anything. Then I went back to my tent, in the dark obviously because I was worried now. I've seen a light, a white light on the main road, and at first I thought, oh, it's probably just something to do with the lay-by closed or whatever. Then it got brighter, then dimmer, and it moved even though I was leaning on a tree to make sure I was looking at it dead straight. So now I'm thinking, what's going on? I'm paranoid. And it's one of those things when you do a wild camp, afterwards you think, you were fine mate, what are you on about? But right now I think, has somebody spotted me earlier or at some point, and now they're trying to find me. So I'm going to turn this light off now, and I'm going to have a little look at where I saw that light because I'm slightly paranoid someone's looking for me. See you in a bit. That's what it seems like since it was here earlier. One of the lanes has been shut off, as you can see, and I'm guessing there's someone sat in that van because the lights are on. I was going to walk up and show you it, but clearly can't now. That probably is what the lights I saw earlier, which is even better. All that time I thought I was like in the quiet, nothing happening. Turns out they were shutting off this lane. I can literally walk down the middle of the lane of the A66. Nothing's going to happen because it's closed. And that light I saw must have been just those guys shutting the lane off. Happy days. Let's get back in there, get back to bed. Or to bed. That's weird. I don't remember that being there before. That is weird. Anyway, it's bedtime. So yeah, it's bedtime. I've cooked my food as good as out. Macaroni cheese, and I've done it, so I can cook. I'll prove that to you. I might do it at every camp, but I've done it this camp. And loads of stuff's happened. The road's closed. The lay-by's closed, then the road's closed. It's meant to rain, but it hasn't rained. I mean, it might tonight. I found an underground tunnel under the A66 I didn't know was there. Yeah, I thought the farmers had rumbled me, but they hadn't. Yeah. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're putting off camping because you're not sure if you can handle it or you're not ready, it never happens. Like, this is wild camping, obviously. And like I say, I watched this YouTube video last week and they were basically saying stuff always goes wrong, there's always things to get over, and it happens every time, it's right. But even if you go to a proper campsite, it's the same thing. Have I got some sort of a bug? Get off. Oh, it's still there. What's your crack? Go on, bugger off. Even if you go to a proper campsite and book it up, there's always something, you forgot something or something doesn't work. It's just the way it is. Just get on and do it. I had a brilliant night tonight. I really, really have. The weird thing is, I thought this was going to be super stealthy, sketchy camp, and there was elements of that, but actually it's mostly been peaceful, calm, because of the lay-by being shut and then the road being shut. So, bedtime now. Obviously I'll see you in the morning. I think I'll be feeling better than I normally do in the morning, mostly because I finally cooked my food good. Yeah, so good night, see you tomorrow. Morning. It's about 8 o'clock and I've been so toasty, warm and comfy. I'm actually having a lay-in, if you can believe it, in a tent. It's lovely. I don't really want to get up, but I'm going to make myself get up because, yeah, it's been raining a lot. I got woken up about 1:30 in the morning by the rain. It was absolutely pouring down, and even though, gentle rain noise on a tent's quite a relaxing noise, it isn't in a tent this small when it's pouring down, so it was pretty loud. That woke me up, but then I realised I had a glasses case with no glasses in, so I had to plod about outside, found them. I'd taken them off and left them next to the camping chair when I eventually found them, and everything's soaked outside. Everything that was outside got soaked, so thank goodness I brought nearly everything inside, including my rucksack. It's going to be a wet old job packing that, so I suppose I do need to get that started soon. But yeah, I've had a lovely night's sleep. Apart from that, yeah, I got woken up at 1:30, like I say, and then about 5 o'clock to go to the loo, and then actually fell back asleep after that, which for me, I normally struggle to get back to sleep, so I slept till just after 7, and it's about, like I said, it's about 8 o'clock now. I feel lovely and comfy. I feel toasty warm. This Leviathan EV9000 sleeping bag is fantastic. It's probably too much, actually. I probably don't need one this effective at keeping the cold out. I only had a t-shirt. I didn't wear my hoodie like I normally do when I was lovely and warm, but with my breathing, with my lungs, it's good to keep warm. It's not good to get cold, so I'm going to stick with it for now until I have to get a lighter one, but at the minute I'm really happy with it. So yeah, that's the story of last night really. I feel a lot better because of drinking in moderation. Must be a lot to be said for it. Maybe I should think about that. Definitely got a way better night's sleep. I haven't woken up really rough like I normally do. I feel, you know, great really, other than like, I love camping. I've loved these wild camping adventures, but yeah, packing the tent up can be like the next morning, especially. It's gonna be a challenge. Everything's soaking wet. But yeah, I'm gonna get on with it, get my day started, and get a plan in place to get some breakfast. Oops. Oh yeah, I'll have to put that back as well. Look at this guy. He's not letting society's expectations define who he is, or she. Go on. You're a tree snail. You've decided you are, so you are. So there we are, I'm all packed up now. I've put the cone back and it has gone back to normal traffic, so it was a bit of a struggle shuffling it back with the other cones, but I've done it. You can see the dry patch where the tent was, and that's where I was sitting last night. I haven't left any rubbish behind. In fact, my yellow bag of rubbish there has got quite a bit of other rubbish in. I'm not trying to make out I'm a saint, but I had a bit of a wander about this morning, picked up some extra rubbish since I'm here anyway with a rubbish bag. And there's my rucksack all packed. It's going to be a slow walk back to the car because I'm always a bit chesty on a morning. Today's no different, but yeah, being outside enhances that effect, but that's fine. I can still have my daft adventures and have fun. So I'm going to get this pack on my back and get myself back to the car. So that's it for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a brilliant time, really loved it. Earlier on, going to see where my nana's ashes were scattered, that was a really nice moment for me. Kind of, you know, memories and emotions of that person come back to you, and it was, as I said earlier, I'm not ashamed to say I gave that stone a bit of a cuddle, and it was really enjoyed it. I'm glad I didn't camp there though. I feel like that wouldn't have been right. That's her place, it isn't mine. Much as it's an idyllic, beautiful place, I was glad I went there, but then went somewhere else. Probably the ideal place wouldn't have been next to a really busy road, but that's where I ended up, and it worked out. If you thought I knew that lay-by was shut, I honestly didn't know it was shut. I had to rejig my plan, park the car up here in East Leighton, but that worked out in the end actually, because I probably got a lot more peace and quiet in terms of worrying. I mean, I did worry about them farmers, and then I worried about that light, but I think that light must have been something to do with the roadworks. And as for those guys putting the cones out, I didn't even know that had happened until I went up there. So yeah, I certainly enjoyed it. It was great. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Click like, click subscribe. It really helps the channel. That's how YouTube works. If you click the little bell icon, it'll let you know when I've got a new video out. But yeah, interactions like that all help the channel grow. I've got 70 subscribers, can't believe it. Don't know how that's happened. I don't know if I've even got 70 friends, but yeah, that's life, I suppose. Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled, and I'll catch you later. I'm actually at the point now I can't fit any more cans in. I keep finding them. Scruffy twats.